Hello students, welcome to my lecture series on vector calculus. In the last class we have seen the Gauss divergence theorem statement and its proof in the simplest manner. So in this class I will teach you some problems, some applications based on the Gauss divergence theorem, and one problem will verify the Gauss divergence theorem. Okay, so let us take the first problem here related to Gauss divergence theorem. The problem as follows. The first problem. Show that surface integration of the quantity axi vector function byj plus czk cap, the vector field they have given n cap ds is equal to 4 pi by 3 into a plus b plus c, where S is the surface of sphere whose equation is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1. X square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1. So now we'll solve this problem by applying Gauss divergence theorem. What is Gauss divergence theorem? Says surface integration of n dot f ds will be is equal to volume integration of divergence of f d, volume integration. This is of course the closed surface. Here they have given the closed surface in the form of a sphere. It is the sphere whose center is origin, and these are the axes: x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Of course the radius they have given it as 1. The radius of the sphere is 1. Generally the sphere equation here it will be x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square, but here the radius is 1. Now they have given the here it is n cap plus it is n cap, ds plus it is ds, but in place of f what is here? So f is equal to axi plus byj plus czk. This is in place of f. Now we need to calculate the surface integration. Instead of calculating the surface integration, that is same as that of this volume integration, we will calculate this volume integration. The answer will be remain same. So for that I need the divergence of f. So I need the divergence of f. So divergence of f will be is equal to, this is the f1, that is dou by dou x of ax, plus this is the f2, dou by dou y of by, this is the f3, dou by dou z of cz. So when I solve this, a, b, c are the constants, a plus b plus c I get. So divergence of f I got it. Then what's next? So this according to this theorem, then whatever we need to calculate, that will be is equal to volume integration of divergence of f into d. So divergence of f I got as a plus b plus c into d. As a plus b plus c the constant, let us pull out. Then what is remaining? It is the volume integration dv. So what is this term actually? This term will be the total integration of volume. Total volume. So a standard formula, we all know what is the volume of the sphere, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. The volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So but r is 1 here, that is a plus b plus c into 4 by 3 pi, r is 1 cube. Then what is the remaining answer? A plus b plus c into 4 pi by 3. That's it. So quite easily done. So So, but calculating the only surface integration will be a little bit tough task here, but not that much tough. But we can manage, we can do it. But anyway, if we can surface integration, we can try. Let us see, can we surface integration instead of volume integration? That is surface integration. That is the, so let's see, try here. We can try the surface integration of n cap f ds we need to calculate. So what is the n cap for a sphere? So for a sphere, n cap is easy to write. So any radial line itself will be the n cap. Suppose at a point if we want, this is the radial line. See the r cap itself is the n cap. So that means r vector can be written as xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So n cap means that is r cap. R cap is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap divided by square root of x square plus y square, that is 1. Here radius is 1. So that is r cap, that is same as that of n cap, is simply xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So now I'll write here, that is surface integration of, so n cap will be simply xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So dot product with, so f vector, so f vector is axi plus byj plus czk into ds. Okay, fine. This is the rough work. Now come here. So that means perform the dot product. When I perform the dot product, the first term will be ax square, the second term will be by square, the next term will be cz square into ds. Okay. So now it is, we need to perform the surface integration. So if I take, this is the surface here, a small element. If I take here, this is the small element we have taken. So now this surface integration, so ax square into ds plus surface integration by square into ds plus cz square into ds, like this. So now how we will perform this? This is direct calculation is little bit tough. What we need to do here, we need to change the variables. So we need to change the variables, that is spherical coordinates we need to use here. Spherical coordinates. So we can use the spherical coordinates too. The spherical coordinates will be x is equal to r sine theta into cos phi. So y is equal to r sine theta into sine phi. Z is equal to r cos theta. Here the r is going from 0 to radius. Of course in this problem it is 1. Then theta will be 0 to 180 degrees, that is pi. Then phi will be 0 to 2 pi, that is 360 degrees. So these are important for us. Now you substitute here. Of course, what is the ds element, area element will be. So in spherical coordinates, the area elements and volume elements also is required here. ds will be is equal to so sine theta, just a minute. I'm sorry, just a second. Yeah. So the surface element will be r square sine theta d theta d phi. This is the surface element. But radius will be 1, that is r is equal to 1 here. So only the surface element will be, we have, it is sine theta d theta d phi. So here also everywhere wherever r is there you can put 1 for the surface elements. Okay, fine. Now let us look that integration. So first term will be the ax square. The first term will be, I'll do the first term, this is the first term. So you can make it as the first term. This is the second term and this is the third term. So let us take the first term, perform the integration. I am taking the first term and performing surface integration. Here the only theta and phi will be varying. Surface integration a x square. X square means r square. R square is 1. Sin square theta cos square phi. So this is the surface integration over. So ds will be is of sin theta d theta d phi. Then this will become this will. So this entire thing you keep ahead. This is the spherical coordinates related concept. Okay. So now I can pull out a is a constant. Then I have here so theta variation from 0 to pi. So I have the term of sine cube theta d theta. Then phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi, that is 360 degrees cos square phi d phi. So this is our standard integration. So we need to calculate what happens to this sine cube integration over 0 to pi. So let's say I'll put the ready-made formulas here. Instead of solving here, you can try yourself. I'll put the direct answers. Instead of trying here, I'll put the direct. Okay, fine. I'll write the direct formula, that calculated formulas. Like so, what is this value? So sine cube theta, when I perform, I'll get it as equal to 4 by 3. When I perform that cos square, I'll get as pi. So overall, the first term I'm getting as, so surface integration of a sin square theta cos square phi sin theta d theta d phi, I'm getting as 4 by 3 pi. Now let us go for the second part. The second term will be surface integration of second part will be the surface integration of I'm sorry wait. Okay, fine. Just a second. There is some problem. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, fine. Now let us see. Small disturbance. Okay. Second term will take the second term as follows. Surface integration of b y square, that is b, y square is r square, that is 1, sin square theta sin square phi into, of course, ds element is sin theta d theta d phi. This will become, b will come out, theta will be varying from 0 to p, then again the sin cube theta will come, then now phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi. Now instead of cos square there is a sin square term, then answers will be remain same. This answer is as usual pi, then this answer will be 4 by 3. So when I club this, then the answer will be simply whatever the answer I have here. It is, of course, sorry, here I forgot A. So here also 4 pi by 3 will come along with B. Then let us go for the last one, last integration, that is third one. So the last one will be third one, we are going third one. Third one as follows. Third one integration will be integration of surface integration of c into z square, that is r square into cos square theta, that is cos square theta into sin theta d theta d phi tau. Okay, so now as usual surface and C will come out. Surface integration of cos square theta d theta into, of course, theta is varying from 0 to pi, then phi is varying from 0 to 2 pi into, here it is of course I'm sorry, here cos square theta term along with sin theta term, there is integration with respect to d theta. So theta is varying from 0 to pi, then I have phi that is varying from 0 to 2 pi into d phi. So this integration as usual simply comes as 2 pi, nothing is there. Now we need to perform this integration. So okay, so when I perform this integration, I'll get as 2 by 3. This integration answer will be 2 by 3. So then what is the overall answer for me? The overall answer will come as, so 4 pi by 3 into C. Now when you club all these things, so what is the answer I'll get here? That we can see. So overall answer will be, so adding the first term, second term, third term, the first term, second term, third term, the right hand side, the first term, second term, everything it is multiplied by 4 by 3. So when I sum up all the terms, the first term plus second term plus third term, so when I sum up all these things, 4 pi by 3, so A plus B plus C. Even C, we have in the Gauss divergence theorem, surface integration of n cap f ds, that is equal to volume integration of divergence of f ds, f dv. So through this method also I got the same answer, through this also I got the same answer. Even you can treat this problem is the verification of Gauss divergence theorem. So verification of Gauss divergence theorem and kuda meeru you can treat like this also. Okay, so fine. See, so when you perform the surface integration, we have faced the lots of problems. So because we have converted into spherical coordinates. See, when I started here the LHS part, that is LHS part will be, so surface integration. So surface integration, so when I perform this, I converted into spherical coordinates. In the spherical coordinates, so there is a like this. The spherical coordinates means, so it is very familiar. So there is a rectangular coordinate system. Let's say this is the sphere of radius r. This is the center. I have 3 axes. It is very well known to everyone. Call it as an x-axis, call it as an y-axis, call it as z-axis. Now let us take, so this is the r vector, radius vector, r vector. Let's say which makes an angle theta here. This is the angle theta. Now you resolve this r vector into components. So when I resolve here, I'll get a component, this here it is r cos theta. Now another component I'll get an xy plane. This is the plane. In this xy plane I'll get. Let us call it as this is the xy plane. So xy plane. So that is another r sin theta I'll get here. This is the value of r sin theta. Let's say this r sin theta makes an angle some phi here. So when I resolve again this r sin theta, so adjacent side is cos theta, that is r sin theta multiplied by cos phi. Other side will be sin r sin theta multiplied by sin phi. So in this way I'll get the components will be like this. This is the r sin theta, so which makes an angle phi here, azimuthal angle. So now this will become, this component will become r sin theta cos phi, and this component will become r sin theta sin phi. So that's why x is this, y is this. So this is the x, this is the y, and this is the z. So that I have already written there. So I have already written there. So what is x, what is y, what is z. Okay. So this is the way of solving the problems. So let us take another problem that you try yourself, or otherwise I will solve it. Another problem I will solve it. Let us take another problem. Another problem as follows. Problem number 2 you can take. So another problem. The problem as follows. Then again it will be based on the sphere only. I'll give. Compute the compute surface integration of ax square plus by square plus cz square ds. So over the sphere x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 1. So a little bit tricky is there in this problem. So what is there? They have given the surface integration, but in Gauss divergence theorem we must be like this, dot f into ds, but it is no more like this. It is simply in the form of ax square plus by square plus cz square into ds is there. Now n dot f will be this much. So we can simply write normal dot f will be is equal to ax square plus by square plus cz square. Then how to identify the normal here? This normal everybody knows it is a gradient of phi divided by magnitude of phi. So normal to the surface. So this is what actually they have given the equation of the surface. So let's say that surface will be phi is equal to x square plus y square plus z square minus 1. So when I perform the gradient of phi, then I'll get the answer here clearly. So clearly when I perform that, n cap will be is equal to, so what is the gradient of phi? So 2x I cap, so plus 2y j cap plus 2z k cap. This is over. Divided by some magnitude of it, square root of 4x square plus 4y square plus 4z square. So through that I'll get as 2 into x square plus y square is again 1. That is 2 into 1. So when I cancel the value, then I have finally n cap will be is equal to xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Okay, so I already told you normal itself is the radial line. You don't need to do all these things. The previous problem I said, for a sphere, what is the normal? For a sphere, the normal radial line itself is the normal. X, Y, Z. So at a particular point, if you want the normal means this is the radial line itself. If you draw the r cap, that is same as that of the n cap. That is, so this is same as that of r cap. Okay, I got the, so n value. Now f we don't know. Let us take f will have the x component will be f1 I cap and y component will be f2 j cap and z component will be f3 k cap. Now you substitute all here. When I substitute all here, then what I have? So n is the xi cap plus yj cap plus zk. The dot product with f, that is f1i plus f2j plus f3k, that is equal to ax square plus by square plus cz square. Now when I perform this integration, what I have? X into f1 plus y into f2 plus z into f3 will be is equal to ax square plus by square plus cz square. This is true if and only if this component will be equal to this component will be equal to this component will be equal to this. So then what I have here? So then here what I have finally, so when that components will be equal, x1 that is f1 will become ax, f2 will become by, f3 will become cz. So these are all f1, f2, f3. Okay. So I got f1, I got f2. So finally f will be is equal to ax I cap plus by j cap then cz k cap. Once I know f, then I can perform the Gauss divergence theorem. That is the left hand side I need to estimate. That is the left hand side only I have simplified, I got f. So volume integration of divergence of f into dv over a sphere. So divergence will I get has, So that is A first term, then second term B, then second term, third term will be C. Dou, that's we already did it. So into volume integration. So when I perform this volume integration, what I get here? So 4 by 3 pi r cube. But then again I said already that volume will be 4 by 3 pi r cube, that r is 1. Okay, fine. So this is another problem. Even you don't need to do all these things as they have given it as a sphere. You can directly start the integration from here itself. So as they have given directly it is, I'm sorry, you don't need to find all these things. In this problem, you directly substitute x square value, you directly substitute y square value, you directly substitute z square value that we have did here. What is x and what is y that we have did here. In this way also you can get the answer. Okay. Yeah. So let us go for the another problem related to this Gauss divergence theorem. That another problem as follows. Just a second. Another problem. We'll take another problem as follows. I'm sorry. So the problem will be, so here we'll verify the Gauss divergence theorem, the verification of Gauss divergence theorem. So verify Gauss divergence theorem, verify Gauss divergence theorem to evaluate the surface integration of x cube minus yz I cap minus 2x square yj cap plus zk cap dot n cap ds over the surface of a cube bounded by the coordinate planes x equal to y equal to z is equal to a. Okay, so now let us look this problem. So they have given the surface, that is the closed surface, which is bounded by the coordinate planes x equal to a, y equal to a, z is equal to a. Now I need to calculate this is the force vector as field. It is a vector field vector f vector dot n cap ds. So we have the Gauss divergence theorem, the closed surface integration n cap f ds will be is equal to volume integration of divergence of f into dv. So this separately we need to do, RHS separately we need to do, LHS we need to do separately, just like we did in the first problem. So we need to prove here LHS is same as that of RHS. So he defined it as a cube. The cube looks like this. So we can draw the cube here. So let us try to draw the cube. Just a second. Sorry, here is a cube. Okay, let me draw with hand. So first of all, let us draw the x, y, z coordinate axes. X axis, y axis, z axis. Okay, fine. Now let us construct a cube. This is like this. Cube we need to construct. Okay. So this is the cube. So he said it will be x equal to a. The coordinates will be here it is a, and y is equal to b, and z is equal to c here like this. So let us name as this will be surfaces. Let us make it as the origin will be 0. So let us take the it will be, so for simplicity let us take like this. For simplicity I'll take xy nothing, you can take in any manner. Let us take like this. I'll take x axis will be this, and y axis will be this, and z axis will be this. Then our next, let us take this point will be a. This is the point a. Let us take this is the point b. Let's say this is the point b. Let's say this is the point c. Okay. Now let us take pqrs. Let's say p. This less q. Let's say r, and let's say this is the s. So pqrs. Okay. Now there are the 6 spaces I need to use here. That 6 are required. So every side length will be a here. Okay, fine. Let us first finish the RHS. The RHS is easy part. The RHS will be the easiest part here. Let us finish first the RHS part. The divergence of it. So we'll calculate the divergence of it. So given f as, so x component is x cube minus yz. So y component will be minus 2x square y. It is z. Okay. Now you do the divergence del dot f, that is dou f1 by dou x. So it will come as dou f1 by dou x. We need to do only dou f1, that is 3x square only. Rest of the things will be 0. Plus only y I need to carry. Here it is minus 2x square. Next only z, that will be 1. So 1. So I am sorry, there is no component like this. So finally what I have here, so this will be is equal to 3x square minus 2x square plus 1, that is equal to x square plus 1. So divergence of f I got. Once I got the divergence of f, I can estimate the volume integration. So that is volume integration of divergence of f across a cube, that is dv. So divergence of f I got as x square plus 1. So in Cartesian coordinate system, dx, dy, dz is the volume. Here x is going from 0 to a. So y is going from 0 to a. Z is also going from 0 to a. So when I perform this integration, x cube by 3, that is a cube by 3. Then 1, that is 1 integration is x a. So that performance will give a cube by 3 plus a. Then when I perform y, y only will come, upper limit is a and lower limit is 0. When I perform for z, only z, upper limit is a and lower limit is a will come. So overall, what is, if I multiply here, I get has a power 5 by 3 plus a cube. This is the answer. So this is the RHS part. We need to prove LHS is also the same. So this is the part of RHS. Then we need to prove LHS is also the same answer. So for that purpose here I need to calculate for each and every corner. Okay, fine. Let us take a cube as it is required for us. So I'll select the cube here. I'm sorry. So we'll need the cube. Let us select the cube. Okay. Okay, fine. So I have the cube here. Now we will perform the integration. Sorry, that is right side part. What is the right side part? So surface integration of n cap dot f ds. So this I need to perform. This I need to perform for 6 phases. So how many phases are there? 6 phases are there. So 6 phases are there. You can start. The first phase will be PQAR. The first phase will be PQAR phase. Then next will be after PQAR. Let us take the next phase will be my system in this coach. It is your wish. OBSC. OBSC. The next one will be PQBS. PQBS. Then you go for the back side part. OARC. So left to right to front to back, and then top and bottom. PRCS. PRCS. Next bottom most one. OBQA. OBQA. So the first PQAR. This is the PQAR. This part. This is the part they are asking. Okay. So for this, what is the normal will be? So first of all, normal for this part. So normal itself is I cap. Okay. So on this, what is the value of x? On this, x is equal to a. So x is equal to a. Then y goes from 0 to a. Z grows from 0 to a. So what is the ds will be here? X is equal to a here. Then what is the ds here? ds which is normal to x axis, that is dy dz. dy dz. Now come to OBSC. So OBSC normal will become opposite to above, that is minus I cap. Then what is here x? That is equal to 0 in this plane. X is equal to 0. Okay, fine. Now again ds is same. ds is dy dz. Let us come to here. So for this, what is the normal? PQBS, that is PQBS. This is the plane. PQBS. The normal will become, so Z PQBS normal will become Z PQBS. PQBS. What is the normal to this? So it is like this. PQ. Okay. PQ becomes, so normal to this will be XYZ. That is Z axis. That is K. So in this plane, what is Z is equal to A? In this plane, so Z is equal to A. In this plane, Z is equal to A. Then what about the ds element? So the ds element will be dx dy. Let us go for the back side plane, that is this one is back side plane, OARC. So obviously n cap will be is equal to minus k cap. So then here z is equal to 0. In this plane z is equal to 0. So then again obviously dx will be is equal to dx dy. So now go to the PRCS, this is the top plane. PRCS will be the top plane. So PRCS normal will be is equal to j cap. Then of course, so there it will be, it is cuts y is equal to a. So y is equal to a. Then ds will be is of dz and dx. So for this, it is obviously n cap will be is minus j cap. Then y will be 0 here. Then as usual ds is same. ds is equal to dz dx. Okay. Then first we'll take for the surface PQAR. So one by one we'll calculate. Integration for PQAR. I'm sorry, my mobile is ringing. I'm sorry. So integration will perform for that. So then P Q A R integration for P Q A R. So n cap will be I cap here. So I cap dot f into ds will be here dy dz. So when I am performing integration, dot product I dot f, only I component contributes here. So in f, what is I component? That is x cube minus yz. So integration for PQAR will be is equal to, then I will get here x cube minus yz into dy dz. Okay, dy dz. Here x, y, z. So what is the x value? X value is a. You substitute x is equal to a here. So in this surface integration, a cube minus yz into dy dz. So y is going from 0 to a, z is going from 0 to a, as it is a cube. Okay, so fine. Now we will see here. Then what is, then what will be the answer here? We will calculate this integration. When I calculate this integration, so z is equal to 0 to a, only perform for y. So the first one will be a cube y minus, I am performing for y square z by 2, limits from 0 to a into dz. When I substitute the limits for z is equal to 0 to a later on, so y equal to 0 to a substitute, this will become upper limit a power 4 minus z a square by 2, upper limit is over, lower limit I substitute, I will get 0 only into dz. Now perform with respect to dz, then first term will come as z, that is a power 5 will come, then minus, then it will become z square by 2, that is a square, that is a power 4 by 4, is a power 4 by 4. So that's it. This is the first part is over. Now similarly we need to estimate for the other parts also. Then so other parts we estimate. Let's say for the OBSC. So OBSC. So for OBSC, if you see here, you check OBSC, n will be minus I cap. That is minus I cap. Where x is equal to 0, that means this term will not come. X is equal to 0. When I substitute x equal to 0, this will not come. Then minus yz only will come. And of course minus will come. So after that what I will get here? So the first term a cube term will not come, only yz term will come. That is only second term will come. The second term will come means, so the integration for PQAR is over. Then when I perform the integration for OBSC, so OBSC, that is minus I cap dot f into dy dz, with x is equal to 0 I substitute. Here it is x equal to 0 I substitute, it will become 0. Minus minus will become plus. The answer will come as a power 4 by 4. Only this term will come. So with this I completed two things. So which are I direction and minus I direction. Let us go for the j. Then y. Your wish, it is not compulsory. Then go for the PQBS. PQBS. So the direction will be k cap. Then we'll perform that PQBS integration for PQBS. So PQBS, that is k cap dot f into ds. So k cap dot, only k component will come, that is z. So PQBS, that is only z will come. So that is dx dy will come. Z will come and dx dy will come. So PQBS, if you see once again. So what is there for PQBS? So for PQBS, z is equal to a and dx, z is equal to a. When I substitute z is equal to a here, so a will come out, dx dy. So x going from 0 to a, y also going from 0 to a. So that will come as a, simply a cube will come. Okay. So now the counterpart you take, then counterpart I'll take. So PQBS, then what is the counterpart will be? So the PQBS, the counterpart will be OARC, where Z is equal to 0. So OARC, Z is equal to 0, that means I'll get it is 0. OARC. The next integration will be OARC, that is minus k cap dot f ds, that is equal to OARC minus z into dx dy, but z is 0. But z is 0. When I substitute, I'll get as it is 0. So that is another thing is also over. So next, what is there for us? So let us take the y and minus y. So PRCS I am taking. PRCS you take. For PRCS, y is equal to a. PRCS. So surface integration PRCS j dot f into ds. So only y component will come. The only y component is minus 2x square. That is minus PRCS minus 2x square y. So it is dz and dx. Okay. So now we'll perform the integration. Here it is. So y is equal to a. You substitute y is equal to a. So that a comes out. Then I have the integration. So only 2x square dx dz. So x is equal to 0 to a. Z is equal to 0 to a. So when I perform for x square, it will come as, I'm sorry, 2 again will not come, I know twice. So when I perform this x square, it will come as x cube by 3. So that is a cube by 3. Then it is only a 4 by 3. So that is a power 5 by 3. That is minus 2a power 5 by 3 will be the answer. Okay. So minus 2a power 5 by 3 is the answer. So next the counterpart will take. The counterpart, that is minus j part. So minus j dot f ds. So what is that minus j? What is that surface name? We have given it is minus j. OQBA where y is 0. OQBA. So OQBA where y is equal to 0. So then when I substitute here, then the upper part if we see, when I substitute y is equal to 0 here, when I substitute y equal to 0 here, this entire integration I will get as 0. Now you sum up all the integrations, you will get the answer. The first integration, second integration, third integration, will sum up 6 integrations will come. First part, second part, third surface, fourth surface, fifth surface, plus sixth surface, all the sum ups. Then let us see what the first one will be. The first one will be a power 5 minus a power 4 by 4. Then second one will be plus a power 4 by 4. Then third one will be, it is a cube. Then fourth one will be 0. Then fifth one will be minus 2 power 5 by 3. Last one is 0. So here it is minus a power 4 plus a power 4 cancel. Then what is there here? A power 5 plus a cube minus 2a power 5 by 3. So 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 by 3. That is a power 5 by 3 plus a cube. So this is what actually the LHS part. So if you observe, then whatever the answer we got here, the same answer in the previous case also, only calculating the volume integration. Just now we have calculated the volume integration, I got the same answer. So this is the another way of verifying the Gauss divergence, another example for verifying the Gauss divergence theorem. So I hope it is clear to everyone, then how to verify Gauss divergence theorem is clearly. Okay. So I hope it is clear. These examples will illustrate you clearly how to verify the Gauss divergence theorem. Okay, so LHS part separately and RHS part separately. When we are calculating the LHS part, there is a lengthy task will come. That's why whenever these problems will come in the your, let's say for example in the competitive examinations, better to use only direct Gauss divergence theorem, only volume integration. It helps a lot instead of performing unnecessarily the entire surface integration. It takes a lots of time. Okay, so but anyway, as you are practicing, it is better in every problem try to solve in the both the way using the Gauss divergence theorem as well as the surface integration calculation, because you know very well what is the surface integration calculation also. So with this problem I will stop here. So these examples are enough for us. The first example what we have taken here, it is, so that is based on the surface integration of a sphere. Okay, so fine. So in the next class we will teach another theorems, that is uh, once it is over Gauss divergence theorem, another Stokes theorem and Green's theorem. So we'll go for the Green's theorem and the Stokes theorem. Okay, some every theorem has its own importance for problem solving. So finally, just by learning the proof is not that much important, but applying it in a given situation is important. Okay, fine. This is the spherical integration, spherical coordinates. Generally, in the mathematics and physics engineering, you use the spherical coordinates and cylindrical coordinates more frequently. You can look at any book of mathematical physics or whatever it may be, engineering mathematics. There you find what is the spherical coordinates, what is the cylindrical coordinates. These are the generalized. I mean, these are the rectangular coordinates only. Means all the three axes are perpendicular to each other. Some cases the problem simplifies very easily. In the language of mathematics, we call it the parametric coordinates or parametric equations. The best simple for is circle, you will write x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Then extend into 3 dimensions for the sphere. Okay, fine. I'll stop here. Okay, thank you very much.